9 experienced hikers vanished in the freezing wilderness. Their tent was ripped open from the inside. Their bodies were scattered across the snow. Some were missing eyes. One was missing a tongue. To this day, no one can fully explain what happened at Dyatlov Pass. In January 1959, a group of 9 Soviet hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, set out on a trek through the Ural Mountains. They were skilled, experienced, and prepared for extreme winter conditions. Their goal was to reach a remote mountain called Kholat Syakhl, a name that translates to Mountain of the Dead. When the group failed to return, search teams were sent out. Days later, they found the campsite, and something was very wrong. The tent was still standing, but it had been cut open from the inside. Inside, their belongings were untouched. Boots, coats, and supplies all left behind. But the hikers were gone. Footprints led away from the tent, heading into the freezing night. Some of them were barefoot. Searchers followed the trail and found the first bodies near a tree line. 2 hikers were lying there, barely clothed, frozen to death. Nearby, there were signs of a small fire, as if they had tried to stay warm. More bodies were discovered in the days that followed. Some were found between the forest and the tent, positioned as if they had tried to make their way back, but never made it. Months later, the final 4 hikers were found buried under deep snow in a ravine. Their injuries were unlike anything expected. They had severe internal damage, crushed ribs and fractured skulls, but almost no visible external wounds. One of the hikers was missing her tongue. Others were missing their eyes. Even more disturbing, traces of radiation were detected on some of their clothing. So what happened that night? Some believe it was an avalanche that forced them to flee and panic. Others think it may have been a secret military experiment or weapons test. There are even theories suggesting something unknown, something not fully understood. But none of these explanations answer every question. Why would they cut their way out of the tent instead of using the entrance? Why leave without proper clothing in such extreme cold? And what could have caused such unusual injuries? Decades later, investigators reopened the case. A modern theory suggested that a rare type of avalanche, combined with strong winds and disorientation, may have played a role. It explains some parts of the mystery, but not all. The truth remains buried beneath snow and time. 9 hikers went into the mountains and never came back. And whatever happened that night at Dyatlov Pass may never be fully known.
Subscribe for more true stories.